What's going on, guys? John Elder here from Codemy.com, and in this video, we're going to add a profile pic to our blog with Django and Python. Alright guys, like I said, in this video, we're going to add a profile picture for our blog users and do some other profile type things. But before we get started, if you like this video and want to see more like it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Codemy.com where I have dozens of courses with hundreds of videos that teach you to code. Use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off membership. That's all my courses, videos, and books for a one-time fee at just $49, which is insanely cheap. Okay, so in the last video, we associated our profile model with our user model. Since the user model is something that comes with Django, with the Django authentication system, we can't really add things to it like a profile picture, like a bio, like other things like that. But we can create a separate profile model like we did in the last video and then associate it back with the user profile and then use it. And that's what we did in the last video. If you didn't see that, check it out. There's a link in the comments below to the playlist for this course. And this is just the admin, this is just the little bio we put it on the edit profile page. And this doesn't look great, so this is probably not where we're gonna wanna put this stuff. So in this video, we're gonna add on to that profile model. We're gonna have the ability to put a profile picture and maybe like some social media links and things, you know, things you would have in a user profile. And then we're also gonna put all of that stuff up on the screen for blog posts. So like at the bottom of a blog post, there'll be a little box that has your, user profile picture and a little blurb, your little bio and maybe some links to your social media and stuff. So that's what we're gonna look at in this video. So this is actually pretty easy. We already know how to do almost all of this. So let's head over to our, models.py file where we created our profile model in the last video. And you can see all we have is the association back to the user model. And then we have this bio field. It's just a little text field with some biography that you can type in. So now let's create a profile picture. So let's just call this profile_pic. And what do we want to set this equal to? Well, we can just come down here and where we did an image a few videos ago, this header image, we could just copy this whole thing. So let's copy this and bring it up here and paste. Now, where do we want to save these images, these files? In our image directory. Maybe we want to put it in a different directory since these are slightly different types of images. So let's put it in images/profile. And you could put these anywhere you want, but that sort of makes sense to me. You could put it in just straight up profile instead of images/profile, but whatever you want, that works. So what else do we want to add while we're here adding things? Well, let's add the ability to put like a link to your own website, maybe your social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, maybe, I don't know, anything you want. So let's create records for each of those things. And if we come down here, we could just see, let's see, models.cart field, max length 255. That's probably more than enough for social media. So let's just copy this and paste it. And also let's give this a null true and a blank true. It can be blank, right? We don't mind if they don't fill it out, if they don't have a social media or whatever. So, all right, so max length 255, null true, blank true. Alrighty, so that looks good. So now we could just copy and paste a bunch of these. How many do we want? Well, we don't need that there. So let's say a website, let's say Facebook, Twitter, I don't know, Instagram, Pinterest, I don't know, whatever you want. So let's call this one website URL. Let's call this one Facebook URL. Let's call this one Twitter _URL. And maybe Instagram or Instagram _URL. And what do we say? Pinterest URL. And maybe we'll change this one up here to Facebook instead of FB. So, okay, we've got a bunch of these fields now. Profile pic, website URL, Facebook URL, Twitter URL, Instagram URL, and Pinterest. And you can put anything you want here, right? But I think that looks good for now. So now we've created a major change to our model. So we have to go through the two-step process we always have to do, make a migration and push a migration. So let's head over to our terminal and Control-C to break out of the web server. Let me just clear the screen. And the command is python manage.py make migrations. Make sure that's plural, migrations. And we've done this a bunch of times. Oh, no changes detected. We need to come back over here and save our file. I must not have saved it. So, okay. Run this command again. There we go. Adding a bunch of fields. And then Python manage.py migrate. Okay, so now we need to run our server again so that we can check this out. And let's head back to the admin section, localhost/admin, hit reload, click on profiles, and we can come to, for instance, admin. And let me add some better bio here. Let me go to my Udemy profile page, and let me just copy some text here. Paste that in. Get rid of some of this. It's not so long. Okay. And then we can browse here. We can add a profile pic, and I've got one handy. Let's see, it's right there. So you can see there. Now, later on, we're going to build a web page that handles all this, so we don't have to use the admin area. But in this video, I'm just going to use the admin area so that we can get some stuff in there so that we can start playing with this and have some fun with it. So website URL, let's just really quickly, codemy.com, Facebook URL. Boy, what is my Facebook URL? Actually, let's go to my personal website, johnilder.com. And all right, I got links here. So I'm just going to copy link location and paste that in. And the next one was Twitter. Let's see, do I have Twitter somewhere? There we go. Copy that link location. Instagram, I think I got that somewhere. There we go. And Pinterest, I don't have Pinterest, so I'm just going to leave that one blank. Maybe you could put LinkedIn in there, whatever you want. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. I think that's good enough. Go ahead and click save and click here again. And that looks like it worked. So, okay, we've got all this stuff now. How do we actually put it on the screen? So like, for instance, on any blog post we make, right? Right, how do we, down here somewhere, put a little box of, put this information on the screen? Well, let's head back over to our code and let's look in our, let's see, that's going to be the blog directory in our templates and then article details. This is the page where we output stuff for each individual blog post. So we can come down here towards the bottom, wherever we want this, and let's look at this page again. Maybe we want it underneath the likes. So let's just put a couple of line breaks. And if we look at our edit, let's see, if we go back to our members section, like from the last video, and look at our edit profile, to access this stuff, we just went like this, user.profile.bio, but it's a little different for the article detail page because we're not using our user profile, right? If we look back up at the top of our article detail page, when we access user stuff, we don't access the user profile, we access post.author.something. So for instance, first name, last name. And then, we need to go through this to get to the user stuff. So let's just come down here and let's just test this out. So post.author.profile. What do we want? So we could come back here and look, and we could see bio, profile pic, right? So let's do profile pic. But remember, when we're dealing with images that we've uploaded, we also have to do .url. So we could put this in an image tag. So let's do that. img src equals, just like that. Now if we save this, head back over here, let's just hit reload to see if that worked, and boom, we get this profile picture. Now this is pretty big. This is 200 by 200. You could put, maybe we'll talk about restricting sizes later in another video, but you could also just do it in the actual code here. So we could give this a width of 100 and a height of 100 if we want, just like that, using regular HTML, right? And boom, that makes it smaller. Whatever you want. We could put it back to 200 by 200. That way, if somebody uploads an 800 by 800 picture, it'll still resize it to 200 by 200. Now, really quickly, let me show you something. Let's head over to Get Bootstrap. And, we've been using the Bootstrap CSS framework. If we come down here to, let's see, utilities. There you go. We come down to utilities, and just scroll down here, we can see we can make things rounded by giving them a rounded circle class. So let's just copy this real quick, just to show you this. Head back over to our code, And we can just give this image a class. Well, we just paste this whole thing in, class equals rounded circle. Save this, come back here and hit reload. And now we've got a rounded image. That's kind of cool. So whatever you like, you can play around with this in any HTML, CSS sort of way that you want. So, all right, let's create, like I said, that little box down here with the bio and a picture. So first things first, I'm gonna get rid of this rounded thing. Now let's head back to Bootstrap. Now there are a zillion ways you could do this, right? But I'm just gonna do a quick and easy one. So let's go to components and then look for card. And we got this little card here. If we keep scrolling down, there's all kinds of different options for these cards. I'm just gonna use a card for this because it's gonna be quick and easy. Let's see, there we go. Here's one horizontal. So we'll have an image here and then a little bio. I think that looks decent. So I'm just gonna copy this whole thing, head back over to our code, and then just right here, paste it all in. Now here it's saying max width of only 540. I want it to go the whole size of the area, so I'm gonna take that out. And then MD column space 4. We haven't really talked about Bootstrap columns, and I'm not going to in this video. I've got a whole course on Bootstrap at my website, codemy.com, if you're really interested. But what I'm gonna do here is change this to column 2 and column 10, just to change the size of this a little bit. We don't really care what all this is. You'll see in a second here. And for now, well, let's just go ahead and save this and see what this looks like, first of all. So, okay, we've got card title. For card title, we want to put the name, so John Elder. So let's do that real quick. We can just come up here to the top. We've already done this up here. First name, last name. Let's just copy this, head down here and look at card title, paste that in. And I'm going to put this on its own line, kind of wrap it like this so we can read this easier. Let's save this and take a look. All right, so John Elder. And right here is the actual bio text. So let's take a look at that. That's gonna be right here. Let me get rid of that. And here we can just come down here and let's copy this guy and paste it in here. But instead of profile pic .url, this is just gonna be bio, right? So if we save this, okay, so that's looking good. And now let's put our image in here where these 3 dots are. So I'm just gonna come down here and copy this again and come up here and look for where it says image. And right here, there's the 3 dots inside the src tag. We can just paste that in and it's giving an alt text. So that's what you see when it hovers over it. We don't really need that, but I am gonna grab this 200 by 200 just to, well, maybe we need that, maybe we don't. Let's save this and see here. It's squishing it a little bit. We'll take that out. And we can also get rid of this because we don't need that down there. So let's save this, come back here, reload. All right, so that looks pretty good. Now we've got this last updated 3 minutes. Maybe this is where we want to put our social media, or maybe we want to put it underneath the title here. So let's do that real quick. And we see this, it's given a P class card text with small class of text muted. So instead, I'm gonna come up here underneath our first name thing. I'm gonna create my own P tag and I'm gonna give this a class equals small, and what was the other thing? Text muted. So let's put that in there and close our P tag. And then inside of here, let's go website, and then Facebook, and then what was the other one? Twitter, and what was the other one? Instagram, and Pinterest. So that we had 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's just save this to see what this looks like. And I'm gonna get rid of this down here. This last updated thing, we don't need that. So, okay, let's save this and take a look. Okay, so it's looking decent. This needs to go up here. So what do we got? What can we do there? Some typos here. We don't need that. Okay, so save this. All right, so that looks good. So, okay, we've got each of these things now. We're not actually linking to any of them. And I'm just using text here. You could probably put little icons, you know, social media icons if you have some of those. We'll probably get into all that later. I just want to get these links up on the screen for now. So let's head back over to our code. And for each of these, we need a link. So I'm going to put each of these on its own line here. And for links, we go a href equals. So let me copy this for each one. Boom, 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 boom. And then we have to close those a tags. Let's just do that. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so inside of here, we want to put the URLs, which we can get from our models. So for each of these, we can just paste this out. So let's copy this and paste that. So this is going to be post.author.profile.whatever. So this will be website, I think. Website URL. I'm just going to copy each of these. And so let's just copy all of this and take this off for each of them. All right, this is getting sloppy here, but bear with me. I'm just going to paste into each of these. Okay, so we got website URL. Let's just go down the list. Facebook URL. Copy. So for Facebook, this will be boom, Facebook URL. Next is Twitter. So Twitter URL. Boom. Next is Instagram. So Instagram URL. And then finally, Pinterest URL. So down here, boom, Pinterest URL. Okay, so this is getting a little sloppy, but we'll fix it in just a minute. Let's save this and reload, make sure that worked. And now we have links. Now, here's the problem. We click on this, that's fine. It goes to Codemy. If we click on this one, it goes to my Codemy Facebook page. Twitter, go. Instagram, go. Pinterest, uh-oh. We don't have a link to Pinterest because we didn't add one because I don't have Pinterest. So we need to consider a person may not have any of these. So we need to take that into consideration and we need to tweak our code for it. So what we can do is create if statements for each of these, which is a little silly, but we can do it. We can go, let's see, if, and then we can say this. If, boom, and this is all, let me tab all of this over because it's kind of hard to read all this stuff. Okay, so if author post whatever, let's tab this over. And then we need to always end if, right? So if post author profile website URL, meaning if that exists, then put this on the screen. Otherwise, don't, right? So for each of these, we're going to need to do the same thing. So let's just copy this and let's do this, tab. And again, whoops, here and tab. And again, here and tab. Kind of tedious, I know. Bear with me here, tab. And then we need to end if for each of them. So underneath here, boom. Let me put lots of spaces here so we can really see. Okay, and then we need to come back through each of these and change website URL to the actual thing. So boom, change that. Then change that. Then change that. And then finally, there we go, Pinterest, change that. All right, so let's go ahead and save this, head back over to the website. Hit reload, and now Pinterest is gone. We're still getting a little bar here. Maybe you want to put that, or maybe you don't want to put that. So you could tweak your code. maybe you could take it off of there and put it at the beginning. So like that. Take it off of there and put it at the beginning here. Same thing here. Get rid of that. Oops. And then finally here as well. That way, if one of them disappears, let's see, reload, that still looks good. It's probably a better way to do it. And these all still work. So now, I don't know, this is probably not the way I would do this with this card. This is just a quick and easy way to use Bootstrap and use a template file. If we're building a nicer looking website, a nicer looking blog, I would spend more time making this look better. I would maybe make this rounded and do some, icons and who knows what, do a bunch of different things here. But for now, I think this is a pretty good way to do it. It shows you how to get this information from the database, from the user profile, the extended profile model, onto a web page. Just remember for these pages, we need to go through post.author.profile.whatever to get the thing. Whereas for our edit profile page, since we were querying the user model, we just use user.profile.whatever the thing is. So that's really the only main difference here. But yeah, looking good, and we are coming right along. So that's all for this video. If you liked it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Codeby.com where you can use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off membership. Save page is $49 to access all my courses, over 45 courses, hundreds of videos, and the PDFs of all my best-selling coding books. Join over 100,000 students learning to code just like you. My name is John Elder from Codeby.com, and we'll see you in the next video.